Playtime Co. was founded by Elliot Ludwig in 1930. Later, her wife divorced him in the same year, but unfortunately, his wife Molly and daughter died in 1960. He never lost the power and continued to work hard.
Playtime Co. is the product of a great man by the name of Elliot Ludwig. Divorced, but a family man at heart. His sights were always set on bringing amazing toys to amazing children around the globe. Ludwig spent countless hours in the factory, working overtime relentlessly in an attempt to continuously innovate and surprise. In the 1960s, an unfortunate family death had pushed Ludwig down to his lowest. But with so much ambition, he rose back up and continued to fulfill his vision for the Playtime Co. toy factory. Ludwig could never be content leaving a project unfinished. But just how did one man come to create such an astounding empire? How did he manage to stay determined even after suffering such a tragic loss? It all began in the fateful year of 19...
There were many employees. Some are mentioned only once and some are really important to the story. Let's get to know who the important ones are. High-ranked members were Harley Sawyer, Eddie Ritterman, Leith Pierre, Stella Graber, and the head of security. Important employees were Claire Harper, Marcus Brickley, Rowan Stoll, Thomas Clark, and a named woman and a scientist. It was just a regular toy factory at first, creating different kinds of toys for children. Everyone could take a visit to the factory for $2.99.
You are about to see the most incredible doll ever invented. Her name is Poppy, and she is the first truly intelligent doll in the world. A little girl can talk to her. Poppy gives her answers. She is the first doll actually able to have a conversation with a child. Hard to believe? Just watch.
Poppy Playtime!
Poppy's as lovable as a real girl, and she talks like one, too.
Hi, my name is Poppy. I love you. Can you help me polish my shoes?
Why, of course, Poppy. Just like a real girl, Poppy always wants to look her best.
Perfect! Thank you.
Her hair is sturdy and won't come out when you brush it, and smells just like a poppy flower. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Poppy?
I'm a real girl, just like you.
What's the time?
Playtime!
And if you've ever wanted to see how all of the nation's favorite toys were created, Playtime Co. is now offering factory tours at just $2.99 a person. An entire hour in the most magical toy factory on Earth. What are you waiting for? Come visit the factory.
After the success of Poppy, they started creating new ones. Poppy in 1950, Brawn in 1961, Boxy Boo in 1966, Candy Cat in 1979, Huggy Wuggy in 1984, Kissy Missy in 1985, then Mini Huggy Wuggies, Bunzo Bunny, Cat Bee, PJ Pug-a-Pillar, Daisy, Miss Delight, the members of Smiling Critters in 1989, Mommy Longlegs in 1991, Daddy Longlegs, Baby Longlegs, and their last project Boggy Bot in 1993. Elliot created an underground on-site orphanage, named Playcare in 1976. It contained a home, a school, a toy shop, a playhouse. In 1989, they created a cartoon series for orphans named Smiling Critters. It had 8 members: Bobby Beerhig, Bubba Bubbafint, Crafty Corn, Hoppy Hopscotch, Kicken Chicken, Picka Piggy, Dog Day, Catnap.
What's the time?
Playtime! S-M-I-L-E every day! When you are down and out, no need to frown and pout. The Smiling Critters here to say S-M-I-L-E every day!
Each member had different scent. Catnap plushie's supposed to get lavender scent, but somehow they got a scent that puts people to sleep. Because of these incidents, Playtime Co. recalled Catnap.
Everyone knows Huggy Wuggy and Poppy Playtime, but are your children safe from Playtime Co.'s latest toy? What you've seen here is Playtime Co.'s own Smiling Critters, a limited series cartoon meant to celebrate the release of the toys sharing its name. Yet both now face the fire sparked by the inclusion of one key member. This is Catnap. And like the others of his line, you just pull his little tail and seems innocent enough. However, parents across the country report their children experiencing strange and often violent nightmares. And beside them, their little, grinning Catnap doll. Now, with controversy growing, Playtime Co. has announced the recall of all Catnap toys from the Smiling Critters line. His image cleared from all promotional material. But damage already done, will disappearing be that easy? The exact cause of these incidents still unknown, only one thing appears glaringly certain. Your children are not safe with Catnap.
By the way people could adopt children from Playcare. After the Catnap incident, Harley Sawyer came up with a plan that changed everything. In 1989, Harley Sawyer came up with a plan called Bigger Bodies Initiative. The goal was to experiment on humans and turn them into giant toys and use them as employees, so they wouldn't have to pay.
My name is Harley Sawyer. I'm called the Doctor. When I look at this company we've built, I do not feel proud. Declining profits, failed experiments, people are constantly seeing things they shouldn't. How is that anything less than complete failure on our part? It's pathetic. Now we're understaffed, safety protocols are being abandoned, workplace incidents are common. We can't avoid a lawsuit forever. We need to deal with all of these issues at once. I'm here now with a solution. The Bigger Bodies Initiative. Giant toys. We can increase our workforce and simultaneously decrease the number of lawsuits and people on our payroll if the people we have working aren't people. Put me in charge of it, and I will save this company.
High-ranked members agreed Harley's decision. They decided to make a game station in which would contain 3 games. Children could travel between Playcare and Game Station by a train when they were asked. Firstly, the children goes to the game station from the Playcare. After they play 3 different games, first one to test their memory, second one to test their speed, and third one to test their endurance. If the child completes all the games perfectly, an assessment is sent to Stella Graber by the scientist. After they get back to the Playcare, scientists use poppy gas to put them to sleep, so they can experiment. The toys that I mentioned earlier were regular toys. After the Bigger Bodies Initiative incident, they got their giant and alive form. Now, let's see who the experiments were in order. Playtime Co.'s 1006th experiment created a horrifying creature after he got named the prototype, as known as the main antagonist of Poppy Playtime series. It is yet unknown if the prototype was created from a child or an adult. We'll talk about him later. 1160th experiment was called Boxy Boo. He is the main antagonist of Project Playtime. He was put in the lower floors. 1170th experiment was Huggy Wuggy. It's unknown if he is created from a child or an adult. He was placed in front of the main door of Playtime Co. as a security guard. 1186th experiment was Bobby Beerhig. 1188th experiment. Catnap. An orphan child named Theodore Gramble was used as a part of Bigger Bodies Initiative, which lead to him turn into Catnap. We'll talk how he ended up in this way soon. He was used to protect Playcare, loved by the kids. 1199th experiment was Braun. Who was Thomas Clark? Yes, you heard right. An employee named Thomas Clark was experimented on and turned into Braun. We'll talk about that later. 1222nd experiment was Mommy Longlegs. She was Marie Payne previously. She was used in Game Station, looking after the kids while the scientists were testing them. By the way, her bigger body version was created before her toy version. Experiment numbers of these characters are unknown. Now let's talk about who were experimented on. First one, Theodore Gramble. Theodore was not a normal child. He had a friend, none other than the prototype. In 1990, the prototype told him to open maintenance door with GrabPack 2.0 and green GrabPack hand. He did what he told him. As a result, orphans escaped. Unfortunately, he got electrocuted because of the green hand. He got really injured. After he was sent to Playcare, where he got experimented on and turned into Catnap. The next one is Thomas Clark. Thomas Clark was an employee who was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer. After 6 months, he decided to be part of Bigger Bodies Initiative. After being experimented on, he turned into Braun. Now let's see the source video.
Test subject is 59-year-old Thomas Clark, a full-time employee at Playtime Co. since 1955. 6 months ago, he was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer. Now, Mr. Clark, of sound mind, has volunteered for this experiment.
We have eye movement. Can you hear us, Thomas?
1199 displayed much more disorientation than we expected. Subsequent mental testing metrics were also cut practically in half. It's just conjecture on my part, but I don't believe he knows where he is or what's happened to him. To make matters worse, the other experiments could tell 1199 was different. They would have killed him had the research team not intervened, and even then there was still significant damage to the internal structures with some of the anatomy, namely the larynx and the thyroid, having been completely devoured. It took 12 hours in surgery to stabilize 1199. We keep him separated from the others now.
We see that the other experiments did not love Braun. This source gives us an important info too. The experiments cannot live without their internal organs. I want to share my theory about that scientist. I'm sure you'll agree with me. When I was watching the clip of Sleepwell, immediately noticed something. A shadow next to Hoppy Hopscotch. Can you guess who she is? They look identical. This could mean she might have become a part of Bigger Bodies Initiative and turned into Hoppy Hopscotch. Marie Payne, one of the kids who became a part of Bigger Bodies Initiative, before becoming Mommy Longlegs, she suffered from the poppy gas. Claire Harper, who was responsible for taking care of the children in Playcare, sees her as her daughter. Marie describes she saw a colorless monster.
All right, Miss Harper. Please explain the situation. Spare no detail.
Well, like any night, all the children were getting asleep. It was peaceful, quiet. Catnap had the red smoke in the room. Then suddenly, there was this scream. Nightmares happen, I know, but this, dilated pupils and quivering lips. The way her eyes darted around the room, and I swear, her hand in mine, it felt like her blood was boiling beneath her skin. She saw something too. Something horrible. I I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
Miss Harper, we'll provide the very best care we can offer. You have my word. But this is important. Did Marie happen to describe what she saw?
Yes, a monster, she said that it was colorless. Gosh, I could feel the poor little heart pounding. For her, it was right there. And her movements, they were so wild. Arms flailing, legs kicking. I wanted to talk to her, see how she's doing. I really need to hear her voice right now.
That would not be advised, Miss Harper. There are many concerns we must address at this time. But vitals show normal, and we'll continue to monitor. She'll be okay.
No! Well, pardon me if I'm not comforted by that. Just bring my little girl back to me.
Experiment 1322 was a child named Kevin. It's unknown who he turned into.
Subject is stable. Designated 1322. Clear neural abnormalities were detected in his recent checkup. Though highly irregular, we've pulled him from the home sweet home just before lights out to perform.
What is he doing with my friend?
What are you doing out of bed? How did you get in here?
Is Kevin sick? Why did you take him away?
Yes. Kevin is very sick. Very, very sick. But we want to make him better. But he can only get better if we take him to where we can provide proper care and give him proper rest.
Well, do you really think he will be okay?
I should think so. We're good at what we do, son. We paid attention in school, learned, and got our proper rest when we needed it. Just like you need it now, I should think. Come now, let's get you on back to bed.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure meeting you, Joseph. And I promise you, your friend will be all right. When you see him again, he'll have never been better.
There is a kid named Samuel Lee who was sent to be experimented on while the other kids were saying goodbye to him.
And here they all are.
Well, of course. They'd never miss this.
Who's that, Mrs. Brooks? Who's going away?
Oh, tell us. This week, Dr. White here has selected our very own Samuel Lee. Now, before he goes, let's all give Sam one last goodbye, shall we? With me. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye, Sam!
Two couple named Mr. and Mrs. Hartman came to Playtime Co. to adopt a child named Jeremy. Stella helps them in this decision. Suddenly Stella realizes that Jeremy is used for Bigger Bodies initiative.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Hartman. Come on in. Please, have a seat. How was your ride down?
It was, nothing like we were expecting. Mr. Ludwig's speech was, well, it just confirms for us that you're the orphanage we want to go through.
It's a truly magical place. I felt right at home from the second I entered. You open that door the first time and you just know you're never going to leave. Kind of like finding a home as a child and always thinking of it when you want to feel comforted. I understand you want to give Jeremy that home?
Yes, and we would like to adopt.
Amazing. You'll be perfect for... Oh.
What?
Well, it appears there's been some complications.
Complications? What kind of complications?
I don't know. The form says testing.
What does that mean?
Tell us, what does that mean?
Miss Graper, we deserve a better explanation than that. Don't you think?
You're in charge of all this. How could you not know?
And why are we only finding out about this now?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Now let's get back to the prototype. One time he attempted to escape through an open door, an employee comes and locks the door without knowing an employee was inside. The prototype kills the employee right after.
Log code 08502. In relation, experiment 1006, the prototype. A close call occurred this week in which he nearly breached containment. The prototype seemingly disassembled the digital alarm clock within his room and utilized the battery, along with several other components, to create a laser pointer, which he then fired into the security camera, disabling it. These actions allowed him 28.3 seconds completely unmonitored. Once function returned to the camera, the room appeared to be empty. One surveillance specialist went in to confirm his absence. However, upon opening the door, she realized that the prototype had hidden in one of the camera's blind spots. The prototype attempted to escape through the open door. However, another surveillance specialist was able to remotely relock the door, despite the other specialist still being inside. One casualty occurred. The prototype seems to possess an unprecedented level of intelligence, beyond that of all other test subjects, as well as an alarming willingness to commit violence. Further suppression treatments will need to be enacted to ensure that no other experiments develop these qualities. Experiment 1170, Huggy Wuggy, remains the optimal outcome due to his sufficient intelligence paired with maximum obedience. End of log.
An employee named Marcus is telling Leaf that he saw a 50 feet long bloody monster. He means PJ Pugga Pillar. This VHS tape helps us to know that low-ranked employees do not know anything about Bigger Bodies Initiative.
Mind if I film this?
Oh, not at all, sir.
That's what I like to hear. So, Marcus, what happened?
You see, I was heading home for the day when my apars realised that I left me bloody wallet in the cafeteria. So I'm running through the lobby, and that's when I see it. A mop handle lodged under the innovation wing gate.
So what'd you do, Marcus?
Well, I just thought I'd nab the bloody yoke and be on me merry way.
And?
Well, I'm reaching for the thing, and the mop handle jolts on its own. Had me scared stiff. I thought I was the only one there. So I took a peek beneath the gate, and some massive bloody thing was doddering about the bloody hallway.
Thing? You're sure it wasn't a person?
Ain't no person that's 50 feet long with 1,000 legs.
Marcus, you're losing me. Maybe you just saw a bunch of people walking by.
Look, it wasn't people, all right? I haven't a bloody notion what it was, but it wasn't human.
Who have you told about this? Besides me, obviously.
Just you, sir. Obviously.
Okay. I'll have security skim the cameras and take a look.
What? There's a massive bloody monster! Skimming ain't gonna get rid of it!
You're out of line, Marcus. We make toys, not monsters. Now come on, get out of my sight. Actually, grab me a coffee, will you? Actually, never mind. Get out of my sight.
Something horrible happens in March 30th, 1991. An employee named Rowan Stoll tries to convince Leaf that he saw a monster. He tried this so many times. At the end, unfortunately, Boxy Boo eats him alive.
If I could just get... Oh, I'm on. Hello, Mr. Pierre. Look, I know you don't want to hear any more about this. I get it. Sounds like a bad joke, Huggy Wuggy staring at children. But, look, I'm filming this so I can hopefully prove what I saw. Look, if some creep is hiding nanny cams in our mascot's eyeballs, then it's something that needs to be taken seriously. You know, something dangerous is going on, and I'm sure it wasn't on purpose. I'm sure it was just some big mistake, but I saw what I saw, and I'm positive about that, and I know if you could see it too, I think you'll understand. Pierre. I just want to apologize. I was wrong. Nothing weird is going on here at all. See, I talked to the maintenance guy, and he admitted that he had not done his due diligence maintaining Huggy, so his eyes probably just, popped out of place. That must be what I saw. So, I'm done. I'm not looking into it anymore. And I mean, not that there was anything to look into in the first place, but that's in the past. You won't be hearing anything else from me. So, sorry. I'm scared, and I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna die. I had to pretend I'd seen nothing so the company would leave me alone. They took away my pension. They've been writing me up left and right. 4 days ago, somebody's tampered with my car. One of the tires flew off on the interstate. I nearly died. For whoever's watching this, my name is Rowan Stoll. I work for Playtime Co. It's a massive toy company. They made Huggy Wuggy. They've been using all the money they've made to experiment on people. I have proof of it all. Next week, I've scheduled the company's, the servers, the security, to be shut down for 60 minutes of maintenance. While security is out, I'm going to release everything and run. I think they're going to kill me first. They have something that eats people alive. I don't want to die. I thought Mr. Pierre was just confused, but he's someone else entirely. I could have saved lives. I had access to everything. It's like they knew I would never question them. That's probably why they hired me in the first place. I'm an idiot. Listen, if I die, I've hidden everything I found on this tape. If you find this, take it to the police. Do not let them get away with this. Goodbye.
For the first time we hear the prototype, he is talking to Leaf. Thanks to this VHS, we get to know the prototype can change his voice.
Log code 24459. In relation, experiment 1006. The prototype. Stubborn as he is, and always silent with each passing session, I'm still uncovering fresh data nonetheless. Today's discovery. End of log.
Ready to talk now, are you?
I possess
a question.
Go ahead.
Do you feel anything?
This question referred to what exactly?
You stick us,
beat us,
tear at flesh.
Do you feel it?
There's a secret inside you, 1006. Valuable beyond all measure. I cut and prod and burn at it, and I get closer with each session. So speak, or don't. Fight, or give in. Regardless, I learn something new about you every day. It excites me.
Thank you.
You thank me?
In the following year, in June 18, 1992, Huggy Wuggy escaped the factory. Several employees were sent to find him, but 5 of them died and 6 of them went missing.
We've got eyes on 1170. He's heading south along the utility vehicle route. What exactly do we do here?
Okay, give us a sec. We're gonna try and cut him off at the crossing up ahead. Keep him from getting onto public roads. Keep tailing him for now, and keep us updated. Okay, we see him. Brace yourselves, everyone.
Everything was going as they planned. Most of the experiments worked. They achieved what they wanted, but nothing lasts forever. On August 8, 1995 at 11 a.m., a most important event in Poppy Playtime history happened. With the prototypes command, all the experiments turned against the employees and unalived them. Only a few employees, who were not at Playtime Co. that day, survived. About 20 minutes before that incident, Kissy was being transferred to the Playcare. That day, Playtime Co. completely closed. The experiments ate the bodies to survive for 10 years. We, as an ex-employee of Playtime Co., who was not at the factory when the Hour of Joy happened, go to the factory in 2005. Chapter 1 starts with receiving a message and VHS tape. It says everyone thinks the staff disappeared 10 years ago. We are still here. Find the flower. You can see there are 2 mistakes in the text. It should be disappeared, not disappeared, and we don't know who sent this message. There is no any surviving employee in Playtime Co., so it might be the prototype, who wants to lure us and take revenge on us too. We go to the factory anyway. We enter the factory and solve a puzzle. Then we get a blue hand grab pack. This hand lets us grab something. Open the doors. We open a door with our blue hand and we see Huggy Wuggy in front of us. He does not do anything, but if we look closely, we'll see his fur is moving. The electrics goes off. So we turn it back and don't see Huggy Wuggy where he was. He is gone. We open another door and see Huggy's arm. We go to that way. We solve a puzzle and we see Huggy is staring at us for some period. After solving the puzzle, we get our red hand grab pack. We continue our road with our new 2 hands. We go to the Make a Friend room, solve a puzzle and make a toy named Catby. We put our toy and the door opens. Huggy immediately appears when we get inside. We escape him and hide in the vents. But that does not work. Huggy chases us in the vents. Finally, we get out and with the help of a box, we make Huggy fall to the lower floors. we see the flower we were looking for. We enter the area, go down the stairs and enter the room where Poppy is locked. We release her and the chapter ends.
You opened my case.
After starting the chapter, we realize Poppy is gone. We leave the room and get a key for Elliot Ludwig's room. We see Poppy there. We solve a puzzle and head to the game station. Poppy tells us to trust her and immediately Mommy Longlegs kidnaps her. We go to the way where she went. We then encounter Mommy. She pulls off our red hand. Then she yaps and lets us go to the game station.
Listen, I'm going to need you to trust me.
Isn't this exciting, Poppy? Very exciting, Mommy. Mommy heard that Miss Poppy was going to just give you the train code to escape. Now, how is that fun? Instead, why don't we make a game out of it? The game station is still working. It will be just like old times. And if you win all 3 games, I'll give you the train code. Mommy loves that idea, Poppy. Oh, you're going to have so much fun. Head to musical memory, and Mommy will get things started. Obey the rules, or I'll tear you apart and eat your insides while you're still alive.
We go to the first game, musical memory. On the road we get a new hand, green hand grab pack. It has a feature, can stock electricity in it. Do you remember how Theodore died? The game starts. Bunzo Bunny is coming towards to us from above. We complete the game and leave musical memory. Then after some puzzles we go to Whack-a-Wuggy. We complete the game and Mommy gives us a part of train code. She gave us when we completed musical memory too. We leave the area and on our way we see Kissy Missy. She opens the door for us and then goes. Now we enter the statues game. We complete the puzzle while PJ Tug a Pillar chases us. By the way, I forgot to say Mommy killed Bunzo and Mini Huggies because they could not kill us. This time Mommy doesn't give us a part of the train code. She is too angry. We solve puzzles, and while crawling in the vents we fall down. Then Mommy finds us and we play hide and seek.
I asked you to play fair, and you cheated! I hate cheaters! Now, we're going to play one last game! It's called Hide and Seek! 10, 9, 7, 6, 5.
We escape, but she still finds us. She chases us for some time, and at the end she gets stuck in a grinder and dies. Mommy's last words is, "You made me part of him. You can't do this to me." The prototype comes and grabs her remaining parts. We release Poppy and get the last part of the train code. We enter all the codes and start the train. We were going to leave Playtime Co., but suddenly Poppy changes the route by telling us we can't leave. With the increasing acceleration, our train crushed near the playfair.
Did you kill her? Good. I'll board the train. We need to leave. lose. I'm sorry. I can't let you leave. I've never met anyone like you. Do you know how long I've been stuck in that case? Well, too long. I had so much time to think and reflect. Time to figure out exactly what I would do when free. We'll set things right. Terrible things have happened. But I know that whatever I need you to do, you're capable. We will. What if...
We open our eyes and see Catnap has found us and is grabbing us with his mouth. Then he throws us in a trash area. We escape and hear a ringing phone. We answer and an unknown kid talks to us. We leave that area and see our crashed train. Then the kid tells us his name is Ollie. We enter a cable car and enter the playground.
What's the time?
Playtime! S-M-I-L-E every day! When you are down and out, no need to frown and pout. The smiley players here to say S-M-I-L-E every day!
The wind's really scary.
Hey, we'll be okay, guys. I promise. All winds blow away. Eventually. Catnap! Please, help us go to sleep, Catnap!
We need it, Catnap!
Please help us!
Sleep, sleep, sleep!
When you look around at the world today, what one thing do you think it needs more of? I asked around once. Money. I never have enough. Understanding. I can never get any. faith the common man has lost it. Each answer was different, and I could perhaps see some little truth in each. But I think each was also missing something. Something simple. You see, not one of them could muster a smile. A smile is hope. A smile is love. A smile is understanding. And there is nothing more gratifying to my soul than being the reason for a child's smile. To be the spark that ignites all their hopes and dreams. For it is only through hopes and dreams that we may create a better world. One where our children need not be afraid. One where they are protected. After all, this company and its toys are nothing without them. These children deserve to smile. They deserve to love. And they deserve a safe home. That is why it is with enormous pleasure that as the founder of Playtime Co., I announce our very own on-site orphanage. But it's not only that. It's a school, a playhouse, a place to belong. Our very own ecosystem beneath the surface, dedicated in every inch and detail to ensuring a child's smile. Its teachers and counselors, mothers and fathers, until such a time they have all of that in you. May Playcare bring joy, inspiration, and smiles to all who enter these doors. For what gives life its meaning if not a smile?
The game is long, so let's talk about important things. There are 5 locations: home sweet home, school, playhouse, counselor's office and gas production zone. We get grab back 2.0 and 2 new hands, purple hand which lets us jump in specific areas and a shooting hand which shoots and reloads over time. In home sweet home, we accidentally breath Poppy gas and hallucinate. We see nightmare Huggy Wuggy. Then we wake up and continue. We see Kissy Missy again. She looks at her photos when she was a kid. After some time we leave that area and suddenly Kissy catches us. Then Poppy appears and convinces her. Poppy tells us she did not let us go, because the prototype was waiting for us in the exit. This was until Mob Entertainment released a video about Chapter 2 story recently.
Wrong. We're actually here to help. This place makes her tense. I'm glad that Ollie could help you get this far. He's the reason we found you at all. Looks like the train crash hurt us both. You've been through so much. You deserve an explanation. Come on. Hey, you'll be okay. We'll be okay. Listen, I'm not your enemy, but I can't just let you leave. What's happening down here is bigger than all of us, and I need you, so we can get revenge on those monsters who've tortured you, who've tortured us. They didn't act alone. They're disciples of the original, the prototype. Do the honors? prototype knows we're coming by now. You try to escape, he'll kill you before you ever reach that front door. He's the reason I was trapped in that god-awful case for so long. You have no idea the things he's done. Let me help you kill him. Let me help you save everyone. We've all seen you, how capable you are. You killed Huggy. You killed Mommy. You freed me. You are perfect for this. Catnap is coming. He's the final obstacle the prototype has placed against us. We can't stay here. Keep yourself safe. Ollie will call you.
Are perfect. Too perfect to lose. I'm sorry. I can't let you leave.
It has long been the custom of those who call this factory home to use others for personal gain, to stab them in the back. I'm certain it came to Poppy naturally.
Thanks to this video we learned Poppy uses us. She will betray us when she does not need us anymore. Next we go to school. In the school Miss Delight meets us. We escape and kill her. She tells us Catnap was hiding the kids from her and he locked her with her sisters in the school. Delight ate her sisters in order to survive. No, we go to Playhouse area. In the Playhouse area we see ruined smiling critters. After some time we see Dog Day chained up. He is the last member of Smiling Critters means Bigger Body's version who is alive except Catnap. He says Catnap sees the prototype as his god because he once saved him. By the way, Pick-a-Piggy ate 3 of her friends in order to survive. Kicking Chicken, Crafty Corn and Bubba Fint. Unfortunately, the ruined ones get inside Dog Day and chase us. We escape and leave Dog Day behind.
You're Poppy's angel. Come to save us. Nothing left to save. Not here. Lord Catnap's home, Angel. Their home. A myriad pairs of eyes are on you now. Watching, waiting, hungry. They want nothing more than to crawl beneath your skin and eat away at you bit by little bit. Fill what feels empty inside themselves. That thing, Catnap. The prototype is his god, and this is what he does to heretics. These little toys follow Catnap to avoid that very fate, and in return, they are fed. We try to fight it, the prototype's control. I am the last of the smiling critters. Listen to me. You need to get out of this place. You need to live. You and Poppy could fix this. End this madness. The torment. Oh no. Mother, no. Leave me. Please. Just go. Run!
go to Counselor's office. We do our tasks there. Suddenly, Catnap appears and jump scares us. He gets our mask, so we end up hallucinating. Then for the first time we hear Catnap's voice.
What's happened here? Do you know who we once were? You see why we have to end this? Do you even know what's real? No, you don't.
We don't leave Playcare and continue. We finally get the big battery and enter the gas production zone. We put the battery and Catnap appears. We escape him with the help of an elevator. Then we have a boss fight with Catnap. We defeat him by shooting, sacrificing our green hand, which has a huge amount of electricity. Catnap burns with screams. Then the prototype appears. Catnap stands in front of his hand and suddenly the prototype stabs his mouth with his claws. He drags him above, so Catnap dies. Now we go to Poppy's. She shows us the Hour of Joy's VHS tape. Then Kissy comes. We and Poppy decide to go to lower floor with an elevator while Kissy turn on the lever above. Suddenly, we hear Kissy scream. We pull the lever and go back. Unfortunately, chapter ends there.
Good, you're here. And you've done it again. The impossible. Just like I knew you would. Catnap's gone. The red smoke is diverted. Everything is falling into place, thanks to you. But if we're to keep going, then you deserve to have the truth. You came back because of your co-workers. You want to know what happened. And why? This is your answer. We called it the Hour of Joy. I remember hearing every moment of it. It went on so long, so agonizingly long. They tried to hide, to run, anything to stay alive. I remember their cries. What's going on? Why is this happening? What are those things? Senseless slaughter, that's all it really was. They killed everyone. The guilty, the innocent, didn't matter. All of that death didn't fix anything. And then, once it was all over, they dragged those corpses down below where they'd never be found. And they ate the bodies to stay alive. Prototype has to die. For this. For everything. Soon as we reach the bottom, we'll send the lift back up. Just hold tight, okay? After you! All right. Once we hit the ground, we need to be cautious. There's something... What? What's she doing? This is... No! No! We're coming! Just hold on!
With that, the story ends for now. See you when chapter 4 comes out. Goodbye.